All right. So I will give it just a second for people to come on here.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. For those of you that this is your first time joining us, my name is Chelsea, and I am a reference librarian at Willard Library. And I would like to introduce Meghan Luchies. She is a certified yoga instructor. She is amazing, and she's kind of been with us since we first started doing our virtual programming. And this time she's back with a little bit of a different yoga flow for us. And so I will turn it over to you so you can get started.
All right. Thank you so much, Chelsea.
Thank you.
All right. And welcome. Welcome to yoga for the immune system. And so for the next 8 weeks, we're gonna be doing some specific yoga flows, yoga poses that will help with the immune system. And there's different ways that yoga can help support your immune system. Some of those ways, I'm just going to list them real quick. We're not going to go through this every time, but since we're starting, some of those ways are it can help bring circulation to your organs. It can help support the flow of lymph in your body. And there's other ways, but tonight I thought it would be nice to start with yoga can help to regulate your nervous system, and that can really, really help your immune system. So that way your immune system can actually function properly when the stress hormone is decreased in the body. And so tonight I thought it would be a good night to work with that. We're also going to do a little bit of breathing. We're going to do some rhythmic flow to also support the flow of lymph throughout the body. But the big focus tonight in terms of the immune system is to de-stress. It's one of the biggest things we can do to support our immune system, and especially if you feel like you have a lot of stress in your life, this is a really good way to help support yourself, not just emotionally, but also physically. So with that being said, we're going to start lying down, because that's the best way to start, right? So you're going to start just by getting really comfortable. And options, you can, if you have a mat, always grab a mat, or if you don't have a mat, it's no big deal. You can just have like a blanket or something to put underneath your knees for some of the stuff we're going to do. So to start, you can sprawl. You can bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide for like a reclined butterfly, or you can knees bent, feet on the floor. You can even, one more option, I know I'm giving a lot, bring the soles of your feet like mat width or a little bit wider than your hip apart, and then let your knees drop in towards each other for a supported pose. So give yourself just a moment here, whatever feels best. So choose the variation that feels best. If you have a different variation that I didn't say that feels better to you, do that, okay? But just to get started here, if it feels okay, soften your gaze or close your eyes. And just begin to notice. Notice the flow of your breath. Feeling the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. Trying not to force anything, trying not to change anything, just noticing. And notice your body. How does your body feel? Again, we don't do this exercise to judge or to, say this is bad or this is good. We're just noticing, bringing awareness to those areas. Maybe an area that needs a little bit more love in your body, maybe an area that feels really good in your body, just bringing awareness to those areas. And then notice, just for a moment, notice the state of your mind. Try not to judge, just noticing. And then slowly, when you feel ready, you're going to slowly exhale all of the air out. On your inhale, fill your belly all the way up. So you can even bring your hands to your belly if that helps you. Inhale, you're going to fill your belly all the way up. And then exhale, allow the air to release from your belly. Do that again. So deep belly breath, inhaling into the belly, fill all the way up. This time, once you reach the top, see if you can pause for a moment, hold it in, and then exhale, allow it to release. One more time, inhale, belly breath filling all the way up. Exhale, releasing. Let's do one more just because. Inhale, fill all the way up. Once you reach the top of this time, see if you can sip in just a little bit more air. And then exhale, soften. Return to your natural breath. Noticing your inhale and your exhale. And then on your next inhale, slowly bring your knees up into your chest, hugging your knees in, rock and roll around a little bit. So our breathing practice also helps to support our immune system, and we're gonna do a whole class on that in a few weeks. But it's a nice part of our practice because it helps bring awareness to the breath, but it also helps build those muscles that helps us to breathe properly. Inhale, come back to center, take your arms out into a T and drop both of your knees over to the left. Coming into a twist. Let your right shoulder melt down. Feel the opening in the chest, opening in the heart. And then feeling your right hand. So your right hand's reaching out. We're going to do big circles with that right hand. So that right hand's going to go down towards your hips, around towards your left hand, up and around. And if you're going the other way, it's okay. We're going to do both ways. So big circles. It's like you're drawing big, big circles with that right arm. Breathing here. Notice your breath. Notice how this feels. Again, we're not forcing, we're not straining, we're not doing anything that's going to stress us out here. Just want it to feel good. And then switch and go the other way. Big circles the other way. And then on your inhale, slowly peel that right arm open again, opening all the way up into the twist. We've got lymph nodes that live right underneath and around your armpit. So that's a nice way to get there. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. And then exhale, drop your knees over to the right, coming into your twist on the other side. So again, finding your way into the twist. And then once you feel settled, let that left shoulder get heavy just for a moment. And then from here, we're going to do those big circles again. So bringing that left hand down and around and up and over. Just drawing as big as circles as you want, making it feel good for you. You can get your shoulder a little bit more involved, so you're moving your back a little bit more, reaching the left hand towards the right, and then opening back up. Or you can keep that left shoulder sort of tacked down towards the floor as you do this. I'm going to let you choose, whichever one feels best. So you can allow the upper back to kind of draw up off the floor and then come back down as you open up, or you can keep that shoulder down. Which one feels better? Just notice. Okay, and then switch and go the other way. And then the next time that your left arm is out to the left, you're going to pause and open up into the twist. And on your inhale, bring your knees back to center. And then from here, we're either going to rock and roll up to sit, or if you want to roll over onto one side and come all the way up to sit, you can do that too. So whichever one feels best. Again, Do whichever one feels best to you. And then just for a moment, we're going to pause in the seated position. So crisscross applesauce, Sukhasana. So sitting really super tall, finding your comfortable seat. And then from here, we're going to just fold forward, walking your hands forward, letting your hips anchor down towards the floor here. So you're not coming so far forward that your hips or your sit bones come off the floor. You want to really tack your sit bones down towards the floor and breathe here into your hips. Good. And then staying in this position, just walk your hands over to the left. So you're bowing over your left leg. Root that right hip down towards the floor. Breathe here. Breathe into the right side, creating some space there. And then inhale, come back to center. And come all the way back up. You're going to switch your feet. So your opposite foot's going to come in front. And then same other side. Sitting up really super tall. Walking your hands forward. This way might feel a little more awkward. And that's okay. Coming into your forward fold first. We usually have like a way that feels okay in our body to sit cross-legged, and then the other way. We like to get both sides, keep things nice and even. Good. And then from here, you're going to walk both of your hands over to the right. So you're bowing over your right leg, reaching that left hand a little bit further away, but then tacking that left sit bone down on the floor and breathing into the left side. See if you can soften your face, soften your jaw. And then inhale, come back to center. And slowly come all the way back up. Good. From here, we're going to come onto hands and knees. So hands are going to come underneath your shoulders. Knees come underneath your hips. And we're going to start by moving through a cat-cow because it feels nice. Get there in just a second. There we go. So setting it up. And then on your inhale, you're going to arch your spine and look up. Exhale, round and drop your head. And then just keep going. Follow your breath. Inhale, arching your spine and looking up. And exhale, rounding and dropping your head. Keep going. Breathe. And as you breathe here, again, I want you to notice, how does your body feel? How does your mind feel? These poses, these shapes that we're taking tonight, we're trying not to stress ourselves out. You don't want to stress yourself out in yoga class, but trying not to stress out the body. We're really trying to come to a place of ease. A place where you can feel okay. And then on your next exhale, we're either going to go back into child's pose, hips come back towards your heels, or tuck your toes, lift your knees, come up into downward facing dog. Remember, either pose is good. And again, we're trying not to stress yourself out tonight. So if you've got anything going on, if child's pose feels better, go with child's pose. Long, deep breaths. Wherever. You never really want to stress yourself out in yoga class. Doesn't sound very nice. But really today, we're focusing on reducing the level of stress in the body and in the mind, so that way we can support our immune system. So give yourself a long, deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to come back onto hands and knees. So take your time. Coming back onto hands and knees. You're going to take your right foot. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Take your right foot back behind you. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Stretch back through that right leg. Take a breath here. Bring your belly towards your spine. And if it feels okay, maybe elevate your right leg so right toes come off the floor. And maybe reach your left arm forward. And again, you can pause at any point here. Be nice to your body. Feel that stretch across the body. Feel the strength in your body. Take a long, deep inhale. And then exhale, set your left hand down. We're going to slowly step the right foot forward. This may be a little awkward because we're coming from hands and knees. So if you need to maneuver a little bit to do that, go for it. Step the right foot forward, coming into a lunge. And then hands can stay low, or if you can, bring your hands up onto your thigh for this one. Tailbone comes down, low belly lifts, heart opens up. Take a deep breath here. Feel the little back bend. Keep lengthening your tailbone down so you're not taking it into your low back. We're thinking about opening up the upper back, heart space, lungs, breathing in. And then exhale, release. Keep your left hand down. So bring your left hand down to the floor. Open your right arm up, little twist here, or big twist really. It's a big twist. If you want to tuck your back toes under and lift that back knee up off the floor, you can. If that feels good in your legs, go for it. If that does not feel good today, don't do it. And then exhale. Take your right hand down and step the right foot back. Come back on the hands and knees. Same other side. So squaring everything off, take that left foot back. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Start by stretching out that left leg. So you can really compress back through that heel, get into the calf. Feels nice. And then on your inhale, you can stay, or if it feels good, take that left leg up. Belly towards the spine so you feel nice and supported here. And then again, you can stay, or you can elevate your right leg, hand, right arm, arm, hand, whatever that is. Take a deep breath here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And then one more deep inhale. And on your exhale, right hand comes down. We're going to slowly step that left foot forward. Again, if you get stuck, it's because we're coming from an awkward position. So that's okay. No big deal. Come into your lunge. Hands can stay on the floor. You can bring them onto your thigh if that feels okay. And then again, tailbone lengthens down. Heart opens up towards the sky. So we're opening up through the heart, opening up through the chest, opening up through the lungs, and breathing here. Supporting your body. Supporting your mind. And then on your exhale, slowly bring your hands down to the floor. You're going to keep your right hand down this time. Left arm peels up towards the sky. Twist. If you want to, you can stay or tuck those back toes under. Extend that back knee off the floor. Breathe. Open up. Make some space. Make it feel good. And then on your exhale, left hand comes down. This time, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Come into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, get long. Exhale, fold. Then from here, you're going to bend your knees just a little bit. Give yourself a moment. If it feels okay, let go of your head and just dangle. If you want to sway side to side or shake out your head, allowing any stress of the day, anything else that you got, just let it roll off your back. And then on your next inhale, put a little bend in your knees and slowly roll yourself all the way up to stand, stacking your spine as you go. Again, don't rush it. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead, opening up. And on your exhale, bring your hands into your heart. You can't see the top of my head, but that's okay. You don't need to. Take a deep inhale here and a deep exhale. And on your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. On your inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, open up. Exhale, hands come to heart. So these rhythmic movements, they help the circulation, they help the flow of lymph. And they just feel nice. So let's do it again. Inhale, arms reach up. Moving with your breath. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way back up. Use your legs. Let your legs support you. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart. But we're going to add on this time. So inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. On your inhale, extend your spine, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You're going to plant your hands, step your left foot back, coming back into a lunge. Inhale, pause and look forward, get long in your spine. And then exhale, we're going to step it back, go right back into your down dog or your child's pose. Inhale, slide forward into a plank or a kneeling plank. And then exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. So take this slow. There's no need to rush it. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, open up into a cobra. So you can little back bend here. You can make it a little bit higher, or you can come up pretty high, depending on how your back feels. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, press it back, downward facing dog, or hips pull back toward your heels for child's pose. Either one. Remember, every day is different. Every moment is different. So choose the variation, choose the pose, choose the speed that honors your body. Take a long, deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, slowly step your left foot forward. Coming back into your lunge. So on your inhale, you're going to lengthen your spine, get really, really long. And then on your exhale, step your right foot forward to meet your left, come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, opening up. Exhale, hands come to heart. One more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Feeling the movement in the body. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, we're going to step it back, down dog or child's pose. Either option is good. And remember, you can take your hips back towards your heels. On your inhale, let's slide forward into a plank or a kneeling plank. On your exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Take your time here, inhaling into your cobra. So roll your shoulders back, open up your heart, little baby cobra or big cobra or medium size. And on your exhale, press yourself back. Either hips go back towards your heels for child's pose or tucking your toes, lifting your knees, moving into downward facing dog. Either option is good. Take a long, deep breath here. And on your exhale, open your mouth and big sigh out. Do that again. Inhale through the nose, filling all the way up. Exhale, big sigh out, let it go. Maybe one more. Inhale through the nose, filling it up. Exhale, big sigh out. But on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly step your right foot forward between your hands. Again, pause and look forward here. Lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot forward to meet your right. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up. Arms reach up overhead, opening up, making some space. Exhale, hands come to heart. Feeling your center, feeling your breath. Take a deep inhale here and a deep exhale. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead, open up. On your exhale, dive forward, forward fold. No rush. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. Okay, so this time we're going to stay on the ball of the back foot and come all the way up into a high lunge. So if it feels better to anchor down that back heel, remember you always have that option, especially if you feel wobbly. Support yourself here, okay? So take a long, deep breath. And then bring your hands onto your hips. So hands come to your hips. Square your hips off. Feel your breath here. And then you're going to keep your hands on your hips and slowly draw your elbows back and towards each other. So your elbows are coming towards each other, but soften through the low ribs. So you're not opening up through the belly. You really want to soften through the low ribs, draw in through the belly as you open up through the shoulders. So we're getting again into that upper chest. Long, deep breath. And then on your next exhale, we're going to anchor down the back heel and we're going to open it up into warrior two. So front heel is going to kind of line up with the arch of your back foot. Arms come out into a T. Your right arm's reaching forward over your right leg. Your left arm's reaching back over your left leg. And then if it feels okay, turn and look over your right hand. Take a long, deep breath. On your inhale, take your left hand back to your left leg. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Lengthen out that right side. Again, feeling that space in the right side, breathing into it. And then exhale, side angle pose. So we're going to bring the elbow down to the thigh, right elbow down to your right thigh. Left arm to reach up. Actually, everybody, reach your left arm up towards the sky for this one today. Just because we're really opening through the heart, opening through the chest, feeling that upper chest opening and allowing the heart space, the lungs to have some space. Long, deep breath. And then one more. While we're here, straighten your front leg. You're going to bring your right hand down to your shin. To if you've got a block or a book or something, you can bring your hand down to that. You can bring it all the way down to the floor. But think about your left side. So start with your left side. Get as long as you can in your left side. And then think about your right side. So this underside down here. Get as long as you can in your right side. And sometimes that means coming up a little bit. And that's okay. Because remember, we're trying to create space. We're not trying to close anything off. We're trying to increase circulation, increase flow, increase the breath. Long, deep inhale. Long, deep exhale. Inhale, bend that front knee a little bit. Come back up into your warrior two. Good. And then slowly cartwheel your hands down onto the floor. Step your right foot back. Let's go back into our plank or our kneeling place. So you're going to step that right foot back. And bring your knees down if you want to, or you can stay up on your toes. Take a long, deep inhale here. And then exhale, lower down. Moving into the back bend, roll your shoulders back. Tap your feet down on the floor. So feet are going to be heavy on the floor. Just open your heart up. So stay here for an extra breath. Make some space. And then exhale, hips come back towards your heels for child's pose, or tuck your toes, press yourself back downward facing dog. Long, deep breath. Whichever pose you choose, breathe into it. Good. And then on your next inhale, slowly step your left foot forward. So left foot's going to step between your hands. If it gets stuck, just help it along the way. Pause here, get long in your spine, look forward. And then on your exhale, straighten your front leg and fold. Let's do that a couple times. So inhale. You're going to bend your front knee and look forward. Don't worry, we'll get to the other side. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold. One more time. Inhale, bend that front knee and look forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg and fold. And it doesn't have to come totally straight. We're just going for the stretch. Inhale, bend the front knee and look forward. Exhale, step your back foot forward to meet your front foot. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Support through your legs. Reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Opening up, make space in both sides, and then exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Good. Pause here. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. I'm moving to the other side so you can see this side. You don't have to move. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. On your inhale, extend your spine, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back this time. So here we are. You're going to stay on the ball of the back foot and come all the way up, high lunge. Remember, if the ball of the foot feels too wobbly today, anchor that back heel down. No big deal. Take a long, deep breath here, and then bring your hands to your hips. Okay? So same as last time. You're going to take your shoulders back, take your elbows and squeeze them back and towards each other. But instead of opening up through the belly here, you're going to soften through the front ribs, draw up through the belly so you're nice and supported, and then just opening up through the upper chest, heart, and shoulders. Breathe. Feel your breath. Feel your whole body. And then on your inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, we're going to open it up into warrior two. So again, that back heel is going to come down. Front heel is going to kind of line up with the arch of your back foot. It's going to depend on your hips, so don't force it. Bending your left knee right on top of your ankle. You're going to reach your left arm forward over your left leg, right arm back over your right leg. And if it feels okay on your neck, you look over your left hand. If that doesn't feel okay in your neck, don't do it. Long, deep breath. So again, supporting yourself through your belly, drawing up so you're creating lots of space. And then on your inhale, take your right hand back to your right leg. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Left side. Breathe into it. Proud warrior. And then exhale, side angle pose. So you're going to bring your elbow down to your thigh, and right arm's going to peel up towards the sky. So again, just for today, sometimes we take that right arm up and over the ear, but just for today, we're really opening up through this heart center, making some space, breathing into that space. And then on your next inhale, you're going to straighten your front leg, bring your left hand down, shin block floor wherever it falls, right arm still reaches up towards the sky, triangle pose. So again, start off by noticing your right side. So that right side, that top side, it's getting really, really long. You're making some space there. And then notice your left side. Try and make your left side just as long as your right side. No crunching in the left side. Again, trying to stimulate space, circulation, anything else. Breathe. Inhale, bend that front knee. Come back up into warrior two. Exhale, bring both hands down to the floor. And again, we're going to step your left foot back. Come back into your plank or your kneeling plank. Or if at any point you want to skip this part, you can always skip any part you want to. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling into your cobra. So back bend, tap the feet down onto the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Open the heart up. Feel that space, and exhale, take yourself back, either hips to heels for child's pose, or tucking your toes, lifting your knees, downward facing dog. Either option is good. Do the one that feels best. And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly step your right foot forward. Right foot this time. Inhale, you're going to get long in your spine. Look forward. Exhale, straighten that front leg and fold. So a couple of times like that. Inhale, bending that front knee, looking forward, lengthening the spine. Exhale, straighten your front leg and fold. One more. Inhale, bend the front knee and look forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg and fold. Inhale, bend the front knee, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. Come back into your fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet. Reach your arms all the way up. Feel the space in both sides of the body, and exhale, bring your hands into your heart. Take a deep inhale here, and a deep exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. On your exhale, dive forward, come into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way back up. So again, just aligning your breath and your movement. Exhale, hands come to heart. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart. All right, so on your next inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your left foot back. Bring your left knee to the floor. Take a breath here. No need to go anywhere. Enjoy the lunge just for a moment. Make sure your right knee is on top of your right ankle. And then bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Pause here. We're not going to go down yet, so give yourself a moment. And then from here, you're going to keep your feet and knees and hips exactly where they are. So they're going to stay in one spot. You're just going to start to walk your hands over to the left a little bit further. Okay, so my knees, my hips, my feet, my legs are not moving, just my upper body. Okay, so we're just walking over to the left a little bit, and then you can stay, or you can start to walk your hands out at an angle, pressing the floor away, getting a little bit of space in the side body as you breathe here into your hips. And again, you're only going so far that it feels okay. You don't want to go so far that you start to grind your teeth or anything like that. No teeth grinding. You want this to feel okay. So give yourself a long, deep couple of breaths here. And then on your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back towards your front foot. Take a breath here. And then if you want to, you can stay up. We're just going to stay here for a couple more breaths so you can stay up. You can start to come down. You can bring your forearms down onto a block or a couple of blocks, or you can bring them to the floor. Or if that sounds like crazy talk today, you don't have to do it. Just ignore that part. Take a long, deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, start to walk yourself back up. Step your right foot back. And then everybody go back into child's pose. So hips come back towards your heels. Drop your head. And then staying in your child's pose, walk both of your hands over to the left. Let your hips sink back towards your heels as you reach your right hand a little bit further away, really getting into that right side. Breathe here. See if you can slow down your breath. Inhale, walk your hands back to center, and then go the other way. Walk both hands over to the right. Reach your left hand a little bit further away. Sink your hips back towards your heels and breathe into that left side. See how deeply you can breathe into your left side. Inhale, come back to center. And then you can stay in child's pose, or if you want to go into downward facing dog, you tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog, just for a breath, wherever you are, just to transition. And then on your next inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. We're going to do the same thing here. Bring your right knee down to the floor. I'm going to turn a little bit. So bring your right knee down to the floor. You're going to bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Pause here just for a moment so you can feel your feet on the floor. You can feel your hips, feel your shoulders. And then allow your legs, feet, hips, everything to stay exactly where they are. Those are going to stay in place. You're going to walk your hands over to the right. And that might be enough for you. That might be it. So you might stay there, and that's perfect. It's wonderful. No variation is better than the other. It's just what feels best in your body. You might stay there. Or if it feels good, you start to walk your hands out a little bit further away from you, almost like a downward facing dog, pressing the floor away as you breathe, and keep your left knee stacking on top of your left ankle. Long, deep breaths. Take another breath. And then on your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back towards your front foot. Remember, you're trying not to stress yourself out here. Just breathing. Breathing into your hips, into your side body. And then again, you can stay here. This may be plenty. Or if you want to start to come down, only if it feels good. Come down onto your forearms. You can bring your forearms to a block. You can bring your forearms to the floor. You can ignore me completely and stay up. It doesn't matter. Take a long, deep breath here. And then on your inhale, start to walk yourself back up. Good. You're going to step your left foot back to meet your right. Come back on the hands and knees. So we're not moving right into cat-cow this time, or I'm sorry, into child's pose. We're going into cat-cow this time. So inhale, arch your spine and look up. Exhale, round and drop your head. Inhale, arch your spine and look up. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, arch your spine and look up. Exhale, round. And then from here, you're going to keep your knees, or your hips, hips stacked on top of your knees. Walk your hands forward. Start to allow your heart to melt down towards the floor. Remember, hips are on top of knees here. Tuck your tailbone just slightly so you're not taking this into your low back. And then let your chest and your heart melt down as you breathe here. Stay engaged a little bit through your arms so you're not taking it into your shoulders. It's like you're trying to lift your arms away from the floor as your heart melts down. Take another breath or two. Breathing into that upper chest, breathing into your upper back, into your heart space. And then on your inhale, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And one more time, you get to choose either hips to heels for child's pose or tuck your toes, press yourself back, downward facing dog. Whichever one supports you in this moment, do that. Breathe. And then on your next exhale, if you're in your down dog, slowly coming down onto your knees. If you're in your child's pose, come up. We're going to go right back onto our backs. This is happy, feel good flow. So you want this to feel nice. Come all the way back onto your back. Once you get there, bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees in, so like your tiny little ball, and rock and roll around any way that feels good. You can go side to side, you can go back and forth, massage the lower back and the upper back. And then come back to center. Take your feet up towards the ceiling. So your legs don't have to be totally straight here. Depending on how the backs of your legs feel, they may be bent a little bit or even a lot, and that's okay. No big deal. Doesn't have to be totally straight. Give yourself a moment here. There's a mild inversion that happens here. It's an inversion that happens here. And so it just allows the legs to drain out a little bit. It helps with circulation. And if you really want to get into the lymph a little bit more, into the stimulation and the flow, you can start like tapping. It's really good for you if you want to do it. Just tapping like the outsides of your legs. You can get to the insides of your legs, your shins, the backs of the legs. Tap, 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 tap. You can even get into the glutes, especially if you feel sore in your glutes. That might feel nice. Tap, 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 tap. And if you don't want to tap today, you can ignore me too. It's just nice. All right. And then when you feel ready, when you feel complete with that, bring your knees back into your chest. Slowly roll all the way over onto your right or left side. Come all the way up. And since we did the legs, let's do the arms too, just because we're here. So this tapping, there's no special way to do this. It's just tapping. And something, it's kind of it's a trick. It's not something I invented. It's ancient. And it's really good. It's good for stimulation. It's good for circulation. Lots of things. Look it up. Tapping. So inside of the arms, outside of the arms, you can get into the shoulders, upper chest, lower chest, belly, back. Tap, 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 tap. If anything feels nice. Good. And then take your legs out wide. So from here, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. If you hate this pose, I don't blame you. But if you hate this pose, sit up on like a couple of blankets or a pillow or something. Elevate your hips a little bit, so that way you can get a forward tilt of your pelvis. That will help. Or you can even roll up your mat and sit on that. That will help too. Flex your feet here. Sit up really super tall, and then you can stay or start to walk yourself forward coming into your forward fold. And give yourself a moment here. So that tapping, I don't know if you can feel it, but sometimes it leaves you feeling tingly and energized. So if you feel a little energized after the tapping, it's normal. And then on your inhale, come all the way back up. Walk both hands over your left leg. So turn a little bit towards your left leg. And then on your exhale, walk your hands forward, coming into your fold over your left leg. That right hip might pop up a little bit. It's okay. Not a big deal. Just put a little bit more weight there. Keep that right foot flexed and your toes pointing up towards the ceiling. If you can grab your foot, you can, but it's not necessary. Just going for some length in the side body. Going for some length in the back of the leg, the inner thighs. Breathing here, allowing everything to slow down. And then inhale, come back to center. And on your exhale, walk both hands over the other way, over your right leg. Start by squaring everything off, sit up super tall, and then exhale, start to fold forward again. Again, the goal is not to touch the foot. I mean, you can, if that helps your pose, you definitely can touch your foot. But the goal really is to lengthen out over that right leg and breathe. Let your left hip be heavy. Breathe here. And then inhale, walk yourself back up. Come back to center, and one more time, walk your hands forward, come into your forward fold here. And again, your forward fold may be upright. You may have your face on the floor. It doesn't matter really. What we're going for is the stretch in the inner thighs. So if you can feel the stretch or imagine you're feeling the stretch, it's all the same. So just breathe here in whatever shape you are in, and know that it doesn't matter what our shape looks like. It doesn't matter, any of it. It doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel. How does this shape make you feel? Breathing into that. Inhale, come all the way back up. One more while we're here. Bring the soles of the feet together. Use your hands. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Coming into your Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Sit up really super tall here. Feel your inner thighs. Feel the length of your spine. And then again, if you want to, come into a forward fold. You can. If you can feel it sitting upright, you can stay there too. And breathe. Notice how this shape makes you feel. Knowing that these shapes we make in our body, they help with circulation, they help to move the lymph, they help to massage and help with circulation in the organs, but they also help us to work out some of our energy, our mental energy, our physical energy. So that way, towards the end of class, when we're starting to get to this point, we can slow down. We can allow the mind to slow down. We can allow the body to slow down. And we can allow ourselves to soften just a little bit. And your inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Use your hands again, bring your knees back together. And one more time, last time, make your way all the way back onto your back. Here we go again. So last one we're going to do a hip opener. So bending your knees, bringing your feet to the floor, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, flex your right foot. Start here. Bring your hands to your low ribs. So feel your low ribs, feel your breath. So inhale, feel your breath expand. Exhale, feel the ribs release. Do that one more time. Inhale, feel your breath expand. Exhale, feel the ribs release. And then you can stay here, breathing into your hands, or you can release your hands too. Or if you want to hug your left knee in towards your chest, go for it. Threading your right arm in that hole between your legs. You can hold your shin, you can hold the back of the thigh. You can extend that left leg straight. Lots of options here. This is what feels best on your body. But instead of thinking about hugging that right knee as close as you can into you, think about just a little bit pressing that right knee away and bringing the right ankle in. So you're staying nice and square through that leg and breathing. Long, deep breaths. Allow the shoulders to relax. Allow your breath to slow down a little bit. And then on your next exhale, slowly if your foot is up, keep your legs in this position. Just bring your left foot back down to the floor. Flex your right foot. And from here, you're going to allow your left knee to fall over to the left. Right foot comes to or towards the floor. And then once you get there, that right knee is going to want to fall in towards you. See if, just for today, you can allow that right knee to move up towards the ceiling. It doesn't have to get all the way there. And let your right hip get really heavy. Breathe here. Feeling the space in the right side, feeling the flow of your breath. And allowing yourself, even just a little tiny bit here, to soften. Notice if there's a way you can do less. Maybe in your body, maybe in your mind. Can you do just a little bit less here? And then on your next inhale, take your time. You're going to slowly bring your figure four legs back to center. Bring your right foot back to the floor. Square up your hips. And then bring your left ankle over your right thigh. So you're going to flex your left foot here. Again, pause. Bring your hands to your low ribs. And just a couple of times here. Inhale, you're going to breathe into your hands. Exhale, feel the ribs soften underneath your hands. So inhale, feel the expansion. Exhale, feel the letting go. Inhale, filling up. And exhale, releasing. And again, you can stay here. You can begin to hug your right knee in towards you. Your left arm threads in that hole between your legs. Same options as last time. Keep that left foot flexed. You can hold the back of the leg. You can hold the shin. You can extend your right leg straight if you want to. But again, instead of thinking about hugging that left knee in towards you as far as it will go, think about moving the left knee away just a little bit as the left ankle hugs in. So you keep your shin nice and even, and so that way you're not torquing through your knee at all. No knee torquing today. Breathe. Feeling the sensation in the left hip. And allowing yourself to soften here, maybe in your shoulders, maybe in your jaw, just a little bit. And then on your next exhale, slowly bring your right foot back to the floor if it came up. Keep this shape in your legs, and you're going to let your right knee fall over to the right. Left foot comes to or towards the floor. Think about making space in that left side and letting your left hip get heavy as your left knee comes up towards the ceiling. If it doesn't get all the way there, no big deal. It doesn't have to today. You're just moving it away from you a little bit and letting that knee get heavy, that hip get heavy. No pain at all in the knee. If you feel this in a bad way in your knee, uncross. Abort. Breathe. And anything, I should have said this on the first side, but anything you want to do with your arms, go for it. Couple of breaths here, just breathing into that space in the hip and the side body, maybe the side of the leg. And then on your inhale, slowly bring your figure four shape back to center. Unwind your legs. Stretch your legs long out. Stretch your arms long out over your head. So get really, really long. Stretch everything out. And then exhale, release. Let your arms be heavy. Let your legs get heavy. Get really, really comfortable. We're going to move into our Shavasana just for a few minutes. I'm going to sit up so I can talk, but stay lying down or get really comfortable if you need socks or a sweatshirt or a blanket or a pillow, something, all kinds of things. Get really snuggly. And this is where the good stuff happens. This is where the good stuff is. So allow yourself to start to melt down here. Feeling your body get heavy. Feeling all the space you've created through your movement, through your breath, through any other work that you've done. And then allow yourself to let that go. The work is done. Taking a few moments just to be. Allowing all those systems of your body to reset. Allowing your mind to slow down. And just a couple minutes of silence here. So I'm going to be quiet for a couple minutes, but I'll let you know when it's time to come out. So give yourself a couple minutes just to be. And as always, if you have longer for your Shavasana, if you want to stay longer, today would be a wonderful day for it. Just allowing yourself to melt down, allowing yourself to stay and absorb and to reset. But if you are at the 1 hour time limit, we are right there. So slowly start to bring awareness back into your hands and feet, head and face. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. And take your time When you're ready, slowly roll yourself all the way over onto your right or left side. Use your hands to come up to seated. And once you get there, no rush, but once you get there, you're going to slowly bring your hands to your heart, sealing in your practice, remembering that you already have everything inside of you that you need. You have the capacity to breathe, you have the capacity to be, and you have these very wonderful tools that will bring you into the moment and allow you to calm everything down. So taking that with you, taking that sense of peace with you, that sense of knowing that you can be in charge of the health of your body. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. And thank you all so much for joining me. I will be back same time next week. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. Thank you so much.